What's up, everybody? I want to talk about durability because I think there is a lot of misinformation out there, and everyone talks about bulletproofing, which is just annoying because injuries are mostly random, but you can reduce the probability of them. Also, durability, in my opinion, isn't just about preventing injury. Durability is the physical state of your body while under duress. So that has a lot to do with how you're going to respond to stimuli. So the question is, how do we increase durability? All right. So let's just make up an example where we pretend as though we just had a minor soft tissue injury, like a low grade muscle tear or a ligament strain. Now, at the moment of injury, the primary event is that the force applied to the muscle or the ligament exceeds its tensile strength, full stop. So the little sarcomeres in your muscle, they overstretch, they separate, and this is going to directly reduce the muscle's ability to produce force until it's physically healed. Also, when the muscle cell walls are damaged, a bunch of enzymes are activated, which impair the excitation and contraction coupling process, which is what produces power in the muscle. Now, after the acute damage is healed, you have a lot of control over how fast you regain strength and prevent future injuries. So, first and foremost is avoiding chronic pain, which I think is a three-piece puzzle. So, first you have inhibition, which is where your nervous system steps in to protect you. Second are the proprioceptive deficits, which is the actual sensory inputs are disrupted, and this leads to issues with like balance, coordination, stability, but that in turn puts excess strain on certain tissues. And then third are the systemic changes that happen in the central nervous system, where you'll actually process pain at a higher level, and that will alter your motor patterns. Now, in order to heal and build back tissue tolerance under load, you need to accrue time and repetition under some load, but you need to avoid high peak forces. Now, coincidentally, this is also, in my opinion, how you build durability even when you're injury free. So, in order to avoid big peak forces, do long duration yielding isometrics. This way you can accrue a lot of total time and reps while also gaining some unique benefits as well. So at the joint level, you're promoting collagen synthesis. We also know that tendon stiffness can be increased, which will improve force transmission from muscle to bone and reduces energy costs. We know that long isos have a pain relieving effect, which can allow you to introduce higher loads more easily. At the neuromuscular level, yielding isos definitely lead to greater motor unit recruitment and increased firing rates. They also have joint-specific benefits when it comes to reinforcing movement patterns, as well as some carryover to strength at specific joint angles. And a really big one is the desensitization of the protective mechanisms that may have activated during a past injury. So this inhibition, altered motor unit or altered motor patterns, that kind of stuff can be desensitized by doing these long isos in certain positions. Now, finally, at the muscular level, obviously there's some hypertrophic stimulus, not a ton, but it's some benefit. And then there's also just less muscle damage compared to full range of motion, like big eccentric, concentric movements, which means that you can recover faster and you can train at higher frequencies. So going back to reducing inhibition and improving motor patterns, this is helpful because you can attack the issue faster. And then finally, when you hold a static contraction, there's this temporary restriction of blood flow, and when you release it, there is a metabolic benefit associated with the rushing in of blood that's returning to the muscle. So that's my 5-minute lecture on durability. I hope you found it helpful. Peace out.